Post Malone, if you're looking for lyrics, don't listen to hip hop. He said this in 2017, but he back now, y'all. He back now. All right, Post Malone. I saw a lot of people going off about Post Malone teasing his return to rap. The minute I saw him say this, I already knew it was going to be something. I knew people was going to talk about this. I knew people was going to be upset, and rightfully so. If you don't know, Post Malone had his big break in hip-hop, in rap. Post Malone was here, what was it, White Iverson? He came out with White Iverson. He had the braids. You know, he was doing all the hip-hop things that they asked him to do, right? And it worked for him. You know, Post Malone became, you know, a guy that people saw, and they semi-accepted him in the sense that they listened to his music. Once you start listening to the music and they have some form of success, no matter how you feel about it personally, it's like they accepted him into the game, right? They accepted him into hip hop. Now, Post Malone teased his return, right? And shared a snippet. Now, Post Malone has been removed from hip hop for how long now? It's been quite a while. Post Malone made his shift from hip hop to country, and he's been there ever since. And I think to him, he feels like he's more successful there. He feels like he probably makes more money there, and that's where he went. Now, the issue that I have and other people have possibly is that, bruh, you started here, you left to go do something else, and now you want to come dip your toe back in the game. What that does is it makes it seem like you used hip hop as your launch pad to go do some other shit. You came and took advantage of the game, applied all these other things that you felt like needed to be applied for you to look like a hip hop artist. When you came here with your braids, you was dressing real hip hop-ish. And now you go over the country and now all you do is you wear cowboy hats and fucking camo and do all this other shit. So you basically switching this shit up and applying it to wherever benefits you. And to come back now and say, well, you know what? Back to hip hop I go. Let's read up on this a little bit because this is a little bit annoying, man. So it says, Post Malone seemingly teases return to rap after a lengthy country run. A snippet of a song shared by Post Malone has people wondering if he's returning to his old form on the upcoming album, The Eternal Buzz. Your old form? So you just got a hip-hop switch that you could just turn off and on whenever the you feel like it? You know what? I want to be hip-hop. That's not how this shit works. You know what? Let me go do some country. Next year, though, we on hip-hop. No, sir. This hip-hop shit is some shit that a lot of people put their blood, sweat, tears into. You know what I mean? This is not a game that you just jump in and out of whenever you feel like doing some shit because you bored. But let's continue. After spending the last few years away from hip-hop, looks like Post Malone is coming back. In a video shared on social media on Thursday, Post is vibing out in the studio to a song that is reminiscent of his earlier work and a clear departure from his previous two albums, the rock and pop centric Austin and the full-on country LP F1. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm hopping at the time, hush puppy on me, paparazzi flagging with the magazine poking, all my money clean, out of dance like me. I'm a Papa Beans, wearing 16 starting, I know them little kids, he gon' start please, all the bad punk bitches gon' rock this, all my nigga Philly, they don't watch it,
Manipulation. Manipulation.
So he had to show you how to crease jeans in the back sitting up by themselves. I think that's a thing, right? Where you crease your jeans so crazy that they could stand up on their own. Yeah. Y'all said milk music. Milk music is crazy, man. Milk music, Pink, get out of here. Yo, I read this shit and I can hear it in my head. Milk music. Milk music. I hate y'all, man. Post Malone is like a jigsaw, right? He got a piece of everything. Like looking at him, he got the hat on, so he got the piece of country still there. He got the grills, so it's like he still got a piece of something there. With Pop, he got the tattoos, so he got that side of it. It's Jigsaw Malone. It's everything put together in one piece so that he could just apply everywhere. And I'm not that type of guy that'll tell an artist to stay in a box and you can't do whatever the you want artistically. Do whatever you want. But when it comes to this hip hop shit, dog, respect it. That's all people ask of anybody is respect it. So I don't think it's a problem the fact that you decided to go do some other shit. The comments that you had about the shit that you was doing before, that's where you turn people off. So let's see if we can find those comments. But first, let's see what people saying about it. And of course, you know, he out here. Look, which I have guessed, Post Malone brought Drake out during his Toronto concert, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Post is one of the most genuine humans on this planet. Let this man go love bombing again, because I'm gonna need you one day, Post. That's what it is.
I just want to let you know, in front of all these beautiful people from the greatest city in the world, this is one of the greatest human beings you will ever encounter in your life. I love you to death.
Yeah. There y'all go. Y'all belong together, man, for sure. Definitely. Drake is such an ass performer. Drake is a terrible performer, man. And that's beyond all the other criticism. I think he's a terrible performer. They said, why, Malone, why is this here? Yeah, he did have a floss pick in his hat, but whatever. Are we getting back to 2018-19 Posty again? Let's go. Give us that 40-song album, 10 from each genre, feed the generations. Dental pick in the cowboy hat goes crazy. White Iverson. See, there go White Iverson right there. Y'all see White Iverson right there? This is what Post Malone was at before he added all them additions. So he lost his wave, and now he want to spin the block to get some of that hip-hop clout back after abandoning his day one fans. Fuck him. They saying it. I don't know. Finally, been waiting for that raw flow again. White Iverson 2.0 win. That boy was dabbing and everything. Now he creasing up jeans and posting them shits in the corner. That's crazy. Bro saw the country check bounce and suddenly he remembered he had bars. The way I remember my little bucks only after missing cat. The genre hopping was fun, but I'm ready for hip-hop Post again. So some people want it. Some people waiting for it. Why does he look like Ragnar Lothbrok? Or am I the only one seeing it? This person been praying for a day like this? Okay. Like a bunch of jackasses, black people gonna accept him back. I mean, the truth is, there's gonna be people that's gonna fuck with his music. It's gonna be people that are fans of him and people that don't care, that don't give a damn. They just want to hear the music. I'm not gonna sit here and say he not gonna have no melodic shit. He gonna have some melodic shit that's gonna have people saying they don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. So we'll see where this goes. But I just thought this was interesting because another person who kind of is trying to do this is Big X the Plug. He says Big X the Plug's ambition is Texas-sized. Where will he go next? And, you know, he's trying to get onto the country wave as well. So do we look at Big X the Plug the same way? How do y'all feel? What do y'all think? Because Big X the Plug is trying to make his shift into country. So what happens when Big X the Plug comes back? So if we got an issue with Big X the Plug doing that, is that us telling him he got to stay in a hip-hop box? I think it's all about how you approach this and the way that you do it and also the way that you talk about it. Post Malone, if you're looking for lyrics, don't listen to hip-hop. He said this in 2017, but he back now, y'all. He back now. Malone perspective on hip-hop is under fire. Rapper, singer has caused an uproar of criticism after saying hip-hop is not for those who are looking for lyrics or real shit. Or real shit. Y'all don't find that crazy? That's kind of insane. If you're looking for lyrics or real shit, this is not the place to find it. That's what Post Malone said, y'all. So I think this is actually necessary for people who always be feeling like, oh, y'all trying to be the gatekeepers, say who could be and who can't. This is why, because you could go back and you could find shit like this, right? If you're looking for lyrics, you're looking to cry, or you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip hop, he said. There's great hip hop songs where they talk about life, meaning there's some of them where they talk about life and they spit real shit. But right now, there's not a lot of people talking about shit. Shit. There's not a lot of people talking about shit. Crazy. Whenever I want to cry, Oh my God. Whenever I want to sit down and have a nice cry, I'll listen to some Bob Dylan. But whenever I'm trying to have a good time and stay in a positive mood, I listen to hip hop because it's fun. So all the super deep shit, all the shit that's valuable that people want to listen to, you know, hip hop ain't got it. It's just fun. But when you want to feel some shit, you go to country. Now, here go the problem, right? And this is why Post Malone is talking like this. Post Malone is talking about like this because this further proves that you don't have the same experiences as we fucking do. That's your problem. This is why you can't listen to a hip hop record and feel like you're getting real shit out of it because the shit don't apply to you.
Oh my God.
That's why. And this is what people be trying to explain to y'all that y'all don't understand. Y'all don't get it. It doesn't apply to you. That's why you can't listen to hip hop and feel no real shit because this is not your life. It's not you, dog. That's why you can listen to Bob Dylan and relate to that. So when you go there, you got to stay there. If that's what really means shit to you, that means when you go do country, that means you feel it. You feel like what you're doing, you're talking to people and you really bearing your soul in your country music. That's fine. That just tells us when you come back and you start doing this hip hop shit, you ain't doing it because you really bearing your soul into this hip hop shit. You doing it because you want to have fun. God damn. That's what you telling us here. And this is why when people hear you say, well, you know, I'm coming back to hip hop. You want to come back and have some fun over here? You done bore your soul and cried all over stage doing country. Now you want to come back? You want to come back and have some fun? That's what hip hop is for. This is what we be saying. But people gonna look at us and they gonna say, man, y'all trying to be the gatekeepers and do all this other shit. This is why. This is why gatekeeping is necessary. It's necessary. If you don't respect it, get the fuck behind the gate if you don't respect it. Stay behind that gate. Make your country music. Stay there. I think hip hop is important because it brings people together in a beautiful, happy way. Everybody's happy. So hip hop is just here to make people happy. We ain't talking about shit. Just everybody be happy, drink your liquor and, you know, do music videos in front of the liquor store and smoke on your cigarette. And that's what hip hop is. But when you go to country, go hang up them jeans, crease them jeans up and make them stand up by themselves. Okay. The Syracuse native went on to talk about his appreciation for Kylie Jenner, Elvis Presley, Kurt Cobain, and Kanye West. But the aforementioned portion of the interview drew wide criticism. Malone fired back at those who were offended by his stance on hip hop on Twitter. And here's what Malone said. Here's his fire back. It's crazy that after all this time, I'm still being questioned. S my FND. I don't have to explain ish. I do this shit because I love it. And you see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. No fucking respect. They let you go make that song in front of the corner store with the braids and all that shit. Everybody was cool with it. And now I don't got to explain shit. Y'all see what? Listen, man. I'm just saying. I'm showing y'all here. I don't got to explain shit to y'all motherfuckers. Really? Really? Okay. So this is not the first time Post Malone has been criticized. Last month, Lil B tweeted, Post Malone is slowly turning into a white dude. He's pushing. It give a few years, he gonna be full country and hate blacks. Earl Sweatshirt also weighed in, writing, just heard the song White Iverson. Who mans is this? Who let this slide? I'm a grown-ass man. Y'all have fun slapping that one. They was on it from the jump. This right here shows y'all what it was. It shows y'all how he was approaching this shit. It shows y'all how he was acting. And this response right here says everything. His response to all that shit is S my FND. I don't have to explain shit to y'all. But he back, y'all. He back. He back. Said this in 2017. Damn, came out in 2017. Now y'all see what I mean when I say I don't trust certain people in our space. I'll say it. White rappers, not named Paul Wall. I'll be listening to the Heart Part 4 on my way to work. Yeah, this is wild. Pink said, join the Discord. Yes, y'all join the Discord. They said, wasn't Damn the biggest hip-hop album of 2017? Not according to Post Malone. Oh, Post Malone clarified his comments. Oh, God. He cleaned it up. Apparently, there's a lot of people saying I don't appreciate hip-hop or that hip-hop has never made me feel anything. And I'm referencing this interview that I did in Poland while I was on a European tour. Post said, it was a beer tasting interview, so they put a lot of beer in my face. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
A 2-pack of ass. manipulation.
You gonna blame this on beer? No, you said how you felt. You said how you felt. You gotta stand on that shit. Don't come back now. Now there's a whole bunch of backlash. Stand on it. But if you gonna explain yourself, don't blame it on the beer. Beer? They put a lot of beer in your face? My gosh, man. He said, so they put a lot of beer in my face and asked me what kind of beer tastes good to me. So knowing me, I drank it. He blamed it on the liquor, y'all. And apparently I said that whenever you want to feel something, don't listen to hip hop. And it's funny because who the fuck am I to tell you don't listen to this? And whenever you want to feel something, don't listen to this. That's what we were saying. Who the fuck are you to say this shit? Or who am I to tell you that you should feel a certain way when listening to something? Now, this would have been all cool, right? You know, it's very possible for you to feel some type of way and say some things and then come back and be like, damn, that was kind of stupid. Yeah, that's very possible. But guess what, motherfucker? Not when you come back and your response is, fuck everybody, S my effing D, y'all can't tell me shit. Were you drunk then? Because that was after the fact, after you saw that all the shit that people were saying. What about that part? So you didn't get it right at that part? I'm just saying, man, listen, man, you can fool anybody you want. It ain't gonna be nobody over here. I'll tell you right now, it ain't gonna be nobody over here, man. So listen, do what you gotta do. Go back, do your hip hop shit. People, there gonna be people that's gonna fuck with it. And y'all can't get mad at that. It is what it is. All you can control is how you react to it and how you feel about it. Personally, I'm good. Personally. And I won't pretend like I've never listened to a Post Malone song. I have. But personally, when it comes to this shit and where he going with this shit, I'm good, bro. They said if he was drunk, it would probably his real feelings. I believe that. But then why come back and say after the fact, after you see the backlash, your response is, y'all can't tell me shit. But then you want to come back here and say, who am I to say y'all can't listen to this? Like, that should have been your response to that. But I don't know. We supposed to listen to this now, huh? They said his PR team said clean that shit up. Yep, that's exactly what it looked like. They told him to clean it up, and he went there and cleaned it up. They was like, we still need this hip hop shit. You know, we plan on coming back someday.
It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I check the G-Tag, yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga, what are we? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch, welcome home. This is not a song, this is a revelation, how to get a nigga gone.